As a Blackman gets a handball back into the middle, kick off one step by Gaylard, that's Cy Gaylard. Michael O'Leary stands his ground in the middle in front of Lazarick and he takes the mark. Handballs it backwards to Carlin, off a step, left foot kick, long kick to half forward, looking for, no, couldn't find Darla, over the back was King for Corio and breaks free, little left foot kick, dangerous towards Wilkie and Hill. Wilkie stands his ground, picks it up, handballs it away to Manning from half back, saw out the corner of his eye was Baker, he runs back towards the half back flank, picks it up, tries to get away from Host, does so, left foot kick around the corner, East Geelong with the numbers off O'Leary's knee, and well, it's off his knee, but it's out of bounds on the full. How does that work? I don't. It's a big knee bandage, Mick. Bad luck. So it will be a free kick to Manning in between wing and half back for Corio, kicking to the eastern end of Richmond Crescent in the first term. Goes along, looking for Rivet. McCurry from behind. Good defensive punch. Steal up. Can't take it with him for East Geelong. Now he's got it again. Handball. Sets McLeod up a bit. Gets through a bit of traffic. Then gets wrapped up. Loses the football. Play on the call. Carlin handball. Chopped off by Manning. Goes along towards one-on-one. Undy in front. Can't take the mark. Stenhouse was behind him and he held on. Advantage paid. Keys. Handball to Barry O'Toole. First goal of 2004. To Barry O'Toole, last year's leading goal kicker in the league. And he puts Corio's first goal on the board. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. It took 1.5 minutes.
I guess, Laurie, for the first minute or so, it was fairly lacklustre, but all of a sudden Corio broke clear and got the ball out in the open and by a medium of an advantage rule, kicked the first goal, but there was nothing in it for the first little piece.
No, correct, Eric, but they certainly had the numbers on the end of the football, didn't they? They had 2 or 3 that probably could have ran through and kicked that, and it suggests to me they've worked a fair bit on their team skills.
So back in the middle with the umpire, Rivet and McCurry to do the ruck work. And that'll be an interesting battle because I wonder about Rivet's fitness to run 4 quarters, but the ball's in the air. McCurry, nice tap down through the legs there of Barry O'Toole, coming through strongly for Corio. That was Blackman out there, and he's got it wide to centre wing. Ball hits the ground. O'Leary it is. Mike can't pick it up. Stacks on the mill. The umpire's put a whistle on play and call for the ball, and on centre wing.
Shane Manning's covering a bit of ground. I don't think Hilly and Manning going to be a very good match up there, but.
So in the air, McCurry again, ball comes down, nice handball forward to Broadway for East Geelong. The ball's at centre half forward, all coming through strongly there was Host, but the ball comes clear. Kick off the ground, fell into the arms there of Rivet to half forward. Lee Clifford playing in front, that's where you've got to be. Ahead there of Evans takes the mark and, brought the ground. They're making them earn the kicks and that's what it's all about. Early days, but Lee Clifford now drives long for Corio. The Breeze held that up. Came to ground, coming through Stevenson, can't control the footy, it's forced toward the boundary line and over in front of the social club here at Richmond Crescent, the southern side of the ground. So the 3-minute mark has gone past, 1 goal to Corio so far, East Geelong yet to score and the ball half forward flank for Corio. Comes in, high at the back was Lazarick, ball comes clear, Manning, handball to Clifford. Luck's a fortune, Clifford off a step, goes towards full forward, it's wide. And Mark, it went straight through Stenhouse's hands there, right on the boundary line, and it's out of bounds, adjacent to the behind post. Deep in the forward line for East Geelong. For Corio, kicking to the eastern end in this first quarter. Ball comes in. McCurry comes to ground. Oh, nice work there by Baker. Unfortunately, the snapshot is offline. It is a behind to Corio. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. Corio 117. East Geelong yet to score.
Paul Baker, he didn't play much last year, did he? Was injured?
Knee injury, I think, yeah. So Stevenson to kick the ball back in for East Geelong. And looks to go towards the social club side. A good kick too for distance. Looks for McCurry over the back of Rivet. Takes the mark uncontested. Looks for a handball away. Gives it to Maloney. Runs off half back. Goes towards half forward with a kick. Long kick towards Breed over his head. King's going back as well. Can he pick it up? He can. Gets away at centre half back. Then runs into Breed again. Rides that tackle. Turns around on the right foot. Umpire says a free kick to East Geelong. I don't know why though. Could you pick that up, Eric? No? No? There's a shake of a head. Breed gives it away to O'Leary. Called to play on. Michael O'Leary goes long towards brother Sean.
There's a hole down there, I think. Might be relayed, isn't it?
And the ball, it's 50 metres, is it?
Yep.
So Jared Breed brings the footy down with him to 10 metres out directly in front. And we'll have a shot for goal for East Geelong.
I think there's 36 players and about 1,000 people and 4 commentators have no idea what that's for.
So Jared Breed will line up for goal directly in front, 10 metres out. West end of the ground, comes in, kicks the goal. So Breed's first of the afternoon, and East Geelong's first. They are one straight goal. Corio 117 Victory Trophies. First quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 5 minutes.
Yeah, I've got no idea what that free kick was.
You're scratching your head already, Laurie.
I can tell you that. Look, I can only think that he thought someone pushed the ball out because it went back to Mick O'Leary from Breed, but he handballed it back.
I thought he paid holding the ball in the first place, but Matt King was standing stock still. So chaos reigns supreme. We have been going 5.5 minutes in the first quarter. Umpire with the footy in the middle, and it's now in the air. Rivet and great knock forward there again by McCurry. East Geelong in the van. Good work, Gaylard. Handball smothered. Comes to ground. Picked up by Mick O'Leary. Handball goes clear. Follows up himself, but the ball's taken away for Corio. Just about went without it. Blackman had a bounce, but finally gets a kick to half forward. Well, good bit of body work there for Corio by Potter. The ball is at full forward position. Comes to toe poke toward Manning, but it was a little bit too long. And there's one. The Shepherd was a little bit ordinary by Stenhouse, but I think a very good acting performance by
the Logies on.
Shane
Couple of weeks, I think.
Shane Manning's the first nomination for the year.
Best supporting actor, I think.
Because I thought the Shepherd probably went over his head by about 6 inches, but he went to ground and has the free kick 35 metres out directly in front.
I think he took a knee and thought there was a dive.
So Shane Manning now, 30 metres out, 35 perhaps, as he moves in, kicking slightly against the breeze. Not a bad looking kick, but it's gone across with the breeze and has missed. One behind. Perhaps justice has prevailed. 1 goal to Corio. East Geelong 1 goal. Victory Trophies. First quarter scoreboard, 7 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's probably early in the season. Shane doesn't normally miss him from there. It was pretty. He sort of kicked across the body just a little bit.
We're out there early, Laurie. It's the wind is more across the ground than end to end, and it seemed to affect that eastern end more than any other.
Well, it certainly did take that across.
Stevenson from fullback again for the Eagles. Goes long towards the middle of the ground. Hill sets himself against Clifford and O'Toole. Ricky at the back. Can't take the mark. Kick off the ground. Came from Baker. He leads in the race for the footy. Now can he pick it up? Yes, he can. Can't he get around back Blackman? No, he can't. And it is out of bounds for a boundary throw in between wing and half forward. So a boundary throw in. Rivet comes across to do the ruck work, possibly against Hill. McCurry can't get there. Punched away by Rivet at the back. Now Maloney at the front. He leaves it for Baker. Baker leaves it for him, and they both leave it. Rivet over the top. The big man does well. He tries to get the handball away. Can't do so effectively. Maloney's in there as well. Pack develops. Umpire says play on. Now across the top of it. Through the middle was Rickett. Got a kick away back towards the middle. Barry O'Toole. He can't. He was going to feign the handball. Then he goes for the kick towards centre half forward. Potter takes the mark for Corio. And in front of Steele. Now he goes back, around the corner, little left foot kick, set Undy up. Now goes back towards McCurry, gives it to Steele, now through Carlin, left foot kick towards the lead. A post is okay, takes the mark in the middle. He handballs it back to O'Leary. Michael goes long towards Breed at centre half forward, gets a push, and a good push in the end by Cy Gaylard. He takes the mark at centre half back for Corio. Now he goes long with a right foot kick towards Manning on centre wing. Takes the mark. Uncontested. Looks for a handball running pass. Elects to just chip the kick over the top to Lazarick. Still in the middle of the ground. Plays on. Gives it to Barry O'Toole. Training run through the middle for the Devils. Now O'Toole goes wide. Looking for a centre half forward or a half forward flanker. Ricketts out there as well. And also getting out there. Couldn't quite pick him up there. 33.
It's a free kick, I think.
It's a free kick to East Geelong to pick that up, 33.
This is a player we're not too sure who that is. They've rung one in Corio.
No, it's Corey Collins. Might be Corey Collins not wearing 28, might be wearing 33 today. So the free kick is with Carlin at half back for East Geelong. Goes long towards centre wing on towards the middle. In fact, punched away by Rivet. Play on the call. Roved at the front by Thompson. Right foot kick towards centre half forward. Breed on a long lead against Gaylard. He tries to tap it back, but there's nobody there for him to help. And now it's 2-on-1. Gaylard against Breed. Baker's in there as well. Now Wilkie. Handball sets up Ricky Bigham. Has to get around a couple. Then he handballs back towards Gaylard. He's stands there. He brings it, draws a play. Gives it to Baker. Left foot kick chip towards Clifford at centre wing's okay. Takes the mark. And now Clifford chips the ball towards Lazarick. Gets up. Oh, good mark overhead in front of Andrew Hill. and will take the kick on centre wing. Handballs it away to Ricky O'Toole running past. Now he goes to the right foot kick long towards the lead of Undy. Over the back, McLeod. Oh, McCurry gets packed there as well. Handballs it away quickly to Stevenson. Puts him under a bit of pressure. Good enough to get away. Goes wide towards centre wing. Blackburn did well defensively for Corio, but can't stand his ground. King falls over as well. Darla picks it up on centre wing on the outer side. Goes towards centre half forward again. Running at it and attacking the footy was Dalla. He can't take it with him. Now, handball. Is that too high? No, umpire says play on. Corio still with the numbers. Blackman runs at centre wing, goes towards centre half forward. All East Geelong. Maurice Stevenson takes the mark at centre half back for East Geelong. And handballs it off quickly to McCurry. Has to be quick now because he gets tackled by Keys. Kick towards Lazarick at centre half forward. Evans against him. Numbers with Corio. Clifford through the middle. Going to get under pressure from Maloney. Now Evans. He's over the top of it again. Handball out to McLeod. Should be able to settle it down for the Eagles across half back. But then he slips over and loses the football. And good tackle by Lee Clifford. He takes the free kick advantage paid. Manning on half forward, right on the boundary line. Comes back in. Right foot kick, high to the square. But they're just bombing it away. East Geelong with the numbers. Can't take the mark. Falls to the side of the pack. Over the top of it, Undy. Played for the free kick. Didn't get it. Handball. Came through to Baker. He got one high. Play on the call. Pretty scrappy at half forward for Corio. Umpire says play on still. Maloney comes in. Umpire still says play on. Now Lazarick through the middle. He can't take it with him. Hill, he's wrapped up by Keys. Now Lazarick taps it on to Undy. Turns around 10-15 metres out and closing and kicks the goal for Corio. His first. The second for the Devils. They go to 2-2-14. East Geelong 1 straight goal, 6. And we've been playing 12 minutes first term and I will now take a breath.
Laurie, fairly ordinary passage of play there in the half forward flank for Corio, but I blame perhaps there's too much grass there. The players just couldn't hold their feet.
Yeah, well, it was McLeod, was it 17?
Yes.
He went to ground there and certainly slipped in that coochie grass there.
Yeah.
That coochie grass is quite slippery. It's a little bit toughy, and he unfortunately went over. And look, I think he had prior opportunity. He should have probably got the ball at the ground a bit further and got out of the danger zone, but it was a lot of strange football there, but the number 1 player finished up with it and kicked a nice goal, fairly easy.
So the ball back in the middle and goes in the air. Rivet and McCurry. Nice tap down, dominating Ruck McCurry, but it's Corio at ground level doing very well. Picked up by Ricky Bigham. Handball over the top to Clifford. Handball to the running Baker. He gets tagged. Ball comes clear. Ball dropped there by Chris Carlin, but butters up. McLeod again. He's tackled and tries to get a handball away. Gee, the tackling is fierce at the moment. Corio finally get it to Lazarick. He's tackled as he kicks the footy. It lands in the full forward area. Put down strongly there is Manning it was. He couldn't get clear, and 25 metres out directly in front of the Corio goal. The umpire has called for the ball. McCurry running back very quickly to contest the knock here. He's certainly going to be by far the tallest going for that. Gets the tap down, not clear. Handball comes out to Hill for East, and he chips it to centre wing, marked there by Broadway. Broadway now goes down the wing and finds Breed. Handball very quickly to the running player. That was Darla. Ball quickly to full forward. East Geelong players almost collided. Picked up by Sean O'Leary. Handball for Michael, who's running. He runs into the open goal and has kicked the goal. So the goal kicked there by Michael O'Leary. Handball from Sean.
I hope we got the video on that.
That would most unusual occurrence for Sean O'Leary, but terrific teamwork by East. They took it from one end of the ground to the other in a matter of seconds. Second goal to East Geelong, 2 goals straight. They trail Corio 2-14 victory trophies. First quarter scoreboard, 14 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, was running along there, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a lovely passage of play that there, and one of the players that's impressed me already was Chris Carlon. He was one of the guys that slotted that 50-metre pass down the ground there and opened that game right up, and he's very, very lively. He gets in the right spaces to get kicks as well, and he looks like a good midfielder.
Back to the middle, McCurry and Rivet, they go up. McCurry with another thump down towards Ricky O'Toole, gets away from Baker, handball away towards Ricky Bigham. His handball over the top to centre wing. McCurry rides a bump, handball, missed its target, has to go and get it himself, and does so. The big man up against Rickett out there. He gets it away quickly. The Devils in attack now. Short kick towards centre half forward. Potter can't take the mark. Second effort was all right, then lost the footy in a tackle. Close to the boundary line. Fitzgerald will see it over for East Geelong, and we will have a boundary throw in on half forward. Right in front of the social club here at East Geelong. Corio into attack.
Already, Laurie, I think the lack of height is prominent for Corio.
Oh, look, there's no doubt about that. They're going to use their pace, Eric, and their strength to tackle. They're probably one of the best tackler sides, and they put a lot of pressure on Corio, and they have to maintain that if they're going to be small.
Ball comes back towards the middle from McLeod. Matthew King's there, though, for Corio. Handball turned over, though, to Thompson for East Geelong. Now the numbers with East, if they can get there. Breed leads Cy Gaylard in the race. Good pick up the big man. Handball over the top to Zach Host. Doesn't sit for him, though. Wilkie, he gets back there, flips it up towards Gaylard. He goes short towards Ricky O'Toole. Doesn't not take those marks, and over the top of his head goes towards Baker now at the kick. He's got Clifford at half forward, goes in that direction, kick out in front, does well to half forward, takes the mark in front of Evans. Lee Clifford, left half forward flank. Rivet says go long. He does that now towards the goal square. McCurry gets back there as well. Rivet goes up, takes the mark. And we'll shoot for goal from 10 metres out directly in front.
McCurry just sort of caught out of position there, Laurie, wasn't he? It was a bit stiff.
Just one step, he couldn't quite get there, and Chad Rivet's quite a big guy. If he gets in front, he's going to get the drop on you, and he certainly did. The guy that's creating havoc out there is Clifford. He's doing a great job across forward, and he's playing the centre-half forward position where he's moving around a lot, and he's causing a lot of trouble there, and they're going to have to curb that, I think, the east side.
So Rivet puts his first goal on the board straight through the middle. The third for Corio. They go to 3-2-20. They lead East Geelong 2 straight goals. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. Been playing 16 minutes in the first term.
I guess, Laurie, for 16 minutes of football, first game of the year, the standard is quite reasonable.
Oh, look, it's an excellent game. I'm quite enjoying it. McCurry's had actually 6 centre clearances already from the centre of the ground. But his opponent's Chad Rivet. Chad Rivet's gone forward and kicked the goal. So, that tells the story. Sometimes, McCurry probably have to go forward a little bit as well and try and stretch him out a bit.
So back in the middle, and it looks like Judd Gaylard doing the ruck work. So this will be a bit of a test. McCurry easily gets the tap down in the middle, but once again at ground level, Corio do well. Ball comes to Baker, still on centre wing, and has taken the mark. So Baker off Corio, looking for options upfield. Now decides to chip it short to Ricky O'Toole. That'll get him a game next week. And Ricky O'Toole just forward of centre has taken the mark on centre wing for Corio. There's Rivet leading to half forward. Forced to go onto the left foot is Ricky O'Toole, but finds Rickett half forward. Nice little handball to Baker, who's going past. He's on the boundary line, hooks it into full forward, into the goal square, and the mark is, in fact, from behind. Stevenson was paid the mark, has McLeod on half-back flank, and the pass finds him safely. Goes back across the ground. They're mucking about with it East Geelong, but it's finally cleared away across the face of goal, and the mark taken on the southern side now by Evans for East. They chip it further forward. Another nice mark to Broadway, who's leading strongly. Plays on quickly. They're moving the ball at all costs. East Geelong host. Handball out wide. Missed the mark on that occasion to Darla, but backing up for East Geelong, the ball comes to Sean O'Leary. Oh, almost could have been a free kick perhaps, but that'll be a great tussle, McNamara and Sean O'Leary. And on this occasion, McNamara gets clear, and the ball is cleared to half forward. I didn't like what I saw with McNamara off the ball there, but I'll keep that to myself. The ball is on centre wing. Free kick paid to East Geelong, advantage to McCurry. He chips it towards half forward. Ball comes back to McCurry. Eludes the tackle, gets a handball over to his teammate there in Steele. Steele now long to centre half forward for East Geelong. Big pack of players. Off the top of the pack there is Baker for Corio. Handballs it wide to a teammate there in Broadway, and he slots through the goal. So good work, East Geelong. Ben Broadway kicks his first. That's the third for East Geelong. They go to 3 goals straight. They trail Corio 3-2-20. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 19 minutes gone.
Yes, it was a good bit of play as well, Eric. When they went forward, they looked pretty good there. I was just a little bit concerned about the height across the East Geelong forward line with Breed and Host there. I thought the lack of, the agility on the ground there, but when they came in and knocked the ball forward, they were able to get those runners in there, and that's important. They've got to get across there because they are a little bit slow.
Back in the middle, McCurry gets it down to Carlin, gets it away by Hander. Michael O'Leary goes to a vacant half-forward flank. Run on now by Wilkie to get there first for Corio. Gets a Shepherd. McLeod comes for East Geelong as well. Got a bit of time though. Wilkie close to the boundary line. Directs the ball dangerously back towards Gaylard. It's okay. Takes the mark. The point of the centre square at half back for Corio. Goes wide looking for Baker. Will have to be a good kick against Maloney. He goes up, can't take the mark. Second effort, Baker was pretty good. Ricky O'Toole comes in to help out. He gets away from a couple, runs free, takes a bounce, backs himself as always, runs through the middle with a second bounce, goes along with a right foot kick towards Undy, up against Stenhouse. Great punch away by Stenhouse at the back. Hill and also Michael O'Leary will see it over the boundary line, and we will have a boundary throw in. Left half forward flank, Corio into attack.
The Corio have got to realise in the full forward area, Stenhouse is going to spoil Laurie, and they need somebody at the fall of the wall there.
Yes, they need a little fella. Was a little fella last year? He's not there. They used to trum a little bit on the forward line for Corio. They need someone around the bottom of the feet of the pack there.
Johnny Keys.
Johnny Keys, yes.
Now free kick being picked out, going to go to Jed Potter on the left half forward flank for a push in the back after the ruck contest at the boundary throw in. Goes towards centre half forward with a right foot kick. Rivet on a long lead. Off hands at the back of the pack. Stevenson got hung onto by Rivet, but got the handball away. Through the middle now, Steele. Measures the pass towards Host. It's over his head though. And taking the mark, Wilkie for Corio. Back into the centre square. So Chris Wilkie now. Chips the ball short to Ricky Lazarick. It's okay. He takes the mark. They gain the 15 metres that the kick went. Still in the middle of the ground. Now Lazarick pretty congested at centre half forward. Clifford gives him a lead. He looks to go long towards Rivet. Gives it everything he's got. Michael O'Leary against him. Rivet puts the hands up. Uphold, said the umpire. And it's going to go to Barry O'Toole, I think.
Well, if it's not Barry's kick, he's going to make sure he gets it anyhow, so it doesn't matter.
He ran back to get it, so so Barry O'Toole has kicked one. We'll shoot for goal from 45 metres out. Slight angle. Shouldn't have any trouble with the distance.
I thought Michael O'Leary looked amazed because he was contesting with Rivet, but I don't think he caused the problem.
O'Toole comes in, right foot kick, and it looks pretty good off the boot, straight through the middle.
He's already back in the middle.
And Barry O'Toole's kicked his second, fourth for Corio. They go to 4-2-26. They lead East Geelong 3 straight goals, 18 victory trophies, first quarter scoreboard, and we've been playing 22 minutes.
Yes, it was quite a good standard of football, actually. They're kicking the ball long, and you know, it's for the first game of the year, the skill level is very, very good.
I was going to say there's a contrast in styles, but I don't know that that's really true, Laurie, because East Geelong will play a game where they're playing on at all costs, and it's a great spectacle.
Yeah, well, I think East Geelong are playing a better brand of footy than they played last year, just by they're getting out of the bundle, of course, but he's got it again, McCurry.
Yeah, great tap down, but Ricky O'Toole intercepts. Handball from Lazarick back to Ricky O'Toole, turns back on the right foot. Hooks the ball towards centre half forward. Rivet coming forward. Stevenson in front. Gets the ball to ground. Picked up there by Carlin on the left foot. Goes across the ground. 2-1 there for East. But Ricky Bigham, mark not paid. Play on, said the umpire. So ball comes to ground. Overrun on that occasion by Wilkie. Picked up there on the way through by Darla.
Oh, good mark.
A magnificent chip pass to the leading Sean O'Leary. And on that occasion,
look at number 20 here.
Was in front of Matt McNamara. And
why wasn't that a mark to Ricky Bigham?
I don't know. It was a mark.
Well, he held it for 3.5 minutes. I thought, gee whiz. And now from inside 50, Sean O'Leary. Can he get on the board? Beautiful kick. He's hit the goalpost. So Sean O'Leary, a little unfortunate there, but that is the first behind to East Geelong. 3-1-19. They trail Corio 4-2-26. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard. 23 minutes gone.
King, short kick in from full-back. Goes to Cy Gaylard in the left back pocket, chips the ball over the top to Ricky Bigham. This time he takes the mark. 50 metres out from the East Geelong goal. Handball over the top to Lazarick. He chips the ball back inboard, looking for Hayes on the ground. Handball in front's okay to Potter. Handball back inboard to Manning. His handball further afield to Hayes. He handball to Judd Gaylard. Now through the middle, right foot tumbling punt towards centre half forward. Michael O'Leary runs back with the flight of the foot. He can't take the mark. Stenhouse at the back of the pack. Dangerously tried to kick it off the ground. Now Michael O'Leary fights against a couple. Barry O'Toole's there. Tried to get it to Rivet. Barry O'Toole stands up. He tries to play with a free kick, then he tries to pick it up again. Pack develops around him about 15 or 20 metres out from the Corio goal, and we'll have a ball up.
Barry worked very hard to get a free kick there, Laurie, I thought.
Yes, well, he was in under the footy, but he was doing a little bit of trying to fool the umpy as well.
So a ball up, Rivet up against McCurry, got it down to Gaylard off a step, can't get the kick away. Now Lazarick can around the corner, 30 metres out. Stevenson stands on the goal line, and he takes the mark for East Geelong. So we'll try and clear for the Eagles. Goes short to Stenhouse in the left back pocket for East Geelong. He can run on now and go long towards half back. It's a good kick towards Evans. Leads Rickett in the race of the footy, but can't take the mark. Can he keep it in? Oh, yes he can. Rickett gets away, handball to Hill, now under pressure, Hill on centre wing, goes towards half forward, good kick to host, and he takes the mark, the big man, plays on from half forward with a terrible kick off the right boot, wide and out of bounds on the full, and will be a free kick to Matt McNamara in the last line of defence for Corio.
That kick just let down the passage of play because they did very well.
I don't think Zach would be very happy with that sort of a kick. There wasn't much conviction in that at all, Eric.
So the ball comes back inboard to Potter at centre half back. He drills it towards centre position. Steele in front of Manning. Gets a kick off the ground towards Darla across half forward. He can't pick it up. Manning against him. Gets in front now. Does well. Manning. Handball. Missed the target though. A free kick for a push in the back. Going to Shane Manning at half back. So the Devils will clear. Manning now tries to chip the ball back inboard, looking for Hayes over his head. Lucky Baker's in support, still in the middle of the ground. Turns around, left foot kick towards centre wing. Ricky O'Toole, don't leave him like that. He gets a bit of space now, left foot kick towards half forward. Clifford over his head. Evans does well, reads the play better. Hill was there in support also. And the Eagles tied up at half back. So Shane Evans now, not much to kick to. He goes short towards Chris Carlin. He takes the mark. Keys against him. In between wing and half back. Plays on now. Left foot kick towards centre half forward. Breed the big man Lazarick. Got a hand to it. Roved at the back of the pack by Gaylard. Right foot tumbling punt towards centre half forward. Barry O'Toole against Michael O'Leary. Had some support with Rickett coming in. Tried to tap it on intelligently towards Manning, who's been everywhere in the first term. Left foot kick over the shoulders. Pretty good. Saw Lee Clifford out of the corner of his eye, and he got it in front of Evans and will line up from just inside 50. It'll be a fair kick from there.
There's a great vision, Laurie, or a very good call from Lee Clifford.
Oh, no, look, it was pretty good. That was spot on. You don't do it much better than that. Vision was good there, and the execution, the kick was terrific as well. He's having a good quarter, Manning.
So Lee Clifford will shoot for goal from just inside the 50-metre line. He comes in now, and there's a terrible kick off the boot. McCurry on the goal line. Over the back, Undy has taken a great mark over the back of McCurry, and will shoot for goal from a pretty acute angle when he gets up. So he's kicked one already this afternoon. A chance for his second, and the fifth for the Devils, and a crucial one just before quarter time. 27 minutes played so far.
Doesn't look the most mobile of players, Laurie, but obviously got a good pair of hands.
Well, he's coming in for his second goal in the first quarter, Eric, so he's at full forward. He's done his job.
He comes in now, and goal umpire says straight through the middle. So Lee Undy has put his second on the board, and Corio go to 5-2-32. They lead East Geelong 3-1-19. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard, 27.5 minutes played.
Laurie, I'd perhaps suggest the win might be worth a couple of goals, and Corio probably kicking against it. So in reality, it's probably a very good first quarter for them.
Look, it probably is, Eric, but it's a good quarter for both sides, and you know that we'll just have to wait probably to see. I don't think the win's having a real big bearing on it. The way Corio's moving the ball forward, I think, is probably taking that out of it a little bit. But they'll got to get their turn and see what happens. And as I say, they're getting the ball out the middle, but they're not capitalised on around the middle.
So the ball up in the air once again. McCurry, nice tap down, well taken there by Luke Thompson. Quick handball to teammate, and the lead comes from Sean O'Leary. And you only need half a metre on the best backman in the competition, and Sean O'Leary passes off. It's going to come unstuck because Corio at the drop of the footy there. Matty King, he picks up the crumb, clears it with ease, but he's got no one to kick to. The only player out there is Darla for East Geelong, although Hayes now arrives very quickly, but both the players see it over the boundary line. And why Sean O'Leary from 35-40 metres out on next to no angle wouldn't have had a shot.
Well, Eric, when I was coaching, that used to annoy me most of all. When you're inside 40 or inside your kicking zone, to lay it off, the chance to turn over is going to be on there all the time, and exactly what he did is turned it over. He could have kicked that easily.
So from the throw-in, the ball snapped out of the pack towards the forward area for East Geelong. It dribbles over the boundary line 20 metres from the behind post at the western end here of Richmond Crescent. Boundary umpire to put the ball in, Judd Gaylard and Breed. Lazarick comes in for Corio to give a hand. Matty King, well, went for the handball, but was intercepted on that occasion, and the ball ends up at full forward. Hayes tackled high, no, said the umpire, and he comes in and we'll put the ball in the air. Don't look at me like that, Jason.
Good radio.
Actually,
you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I do, exactly, and I'm not going to say a word. Ball comes down once again. Cy Gaylord doing a very good job in the back half in this first quarter for Corio. Gets it to the middle. Lee Clifford does well. He's out number 2-1, but he's put a terrific contest on. McCurry threw it out to his teammate there in Evans. He's tackled, the ball comes to ground, and that's really the hallmark of what Corio are all about. Their tackling is ferocious, and the ball finally spills to Ricky O'Toole. Hooks it around the body to the running Shane Manning. Picks it up on the run. He gets the signal from Undy at full forward to kick it long. Instead he handballs to Barry O'Toole. Barry turns, has the pot shot, and I'm just watching Barry O'Toole. There's no doubt in the wide world that's gone through for his third. Brilliant goal for Corio, and that's their sixth. 6 goals, 238 Corio. They lead East Geelong 3-1-19. Victory Trophy's first quarter scoreboard at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the look-away handball. That was a turn-away handball, wasn't it? He went to go one way to benefit our listeners, and then walked back.
Was there anybody? Was there anybody at the ground who knew he wasn't going to do that?
Well, I knew he was.
A couple of East Geelong players might have been fooled.
Back to the middle, McCurry up against Gaylord. McCurry gets it down, but rode this time by Cullen. Gives it away to Blackman. Now goes with a left foot kick, the lead on. Oh, Keys over the back, falls over Stenhouse now, keeps his ground. Right foot kick towards centre wing. Thompson against Hayes. Hayes can't take the mark. Played for a free kick, didn't get one. Hill chops it off, needs some support. Tried to get it out to McLeod. He picks it up. He gets away now, still on centre wing. Right foot kick over his shoulders, okay to Thompson. And he takes the mark. Handballs it off to Darla. Now with a right foot towards half forward. Wilkie coming out, host as well. The two big guys on the cricket pitch area at half forward. They see it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in the right half forward flank position for East Geelong. So that is the siren. I think it needs a bit more air, that siren.
Yeah, it's barely audible, isn't it?
But it is quarter time, and at quarter time it's Corio 6-2-38. They lead East Geelong 3-1-19. The goal kickers for Corio, 3 to Barry O'Toole, 2 to Lee Undy, and a single goal to Chad Rivet. While for East Geelong, singles to Ben Broadway, Michael O'Leary and Jared Breed. 19 points of difference at quarter time. We will take a break, and we'll come back, and Laurie will give us his summation of the first term. We'll have the second quarter action of our matchday live coverage this afternoon between East Geelong and Corio. You're listening to 94.7, the Pulse, your home of local football.